Or let me ask you as I close, are you fat? I ask each and every one of you, are you fat? And you might wonder where the pastor is going on. And the first time they asked me that question is the president that hired me. And I was wondering where I was going. He said, I'm looking for fat pastors. And I do like any one of us. I was sitting there and I look at myself. And like I told you in my head, I'm so sexy. How come this guy said I'm fat? But he explained to me, are you faithful, available, and teachable? Whether you are a church leader or discipline or a disciple or a church member, God is calling you to embody this characteristic. Are you faithful? Are you faithful rulers, leaders who will be faithful to God, who will stand no matter what, who will not waver because God has given him or her a calling to lead his people? Are you faithful in your walk with God and your ministry and in your relationship? Then God is asking us, are we available? Are we available rulers or leaders that will obey God? In other words, we are ready to serve whenever, however, wherever God calls us, no matter the task. Are we available? Are we willing to say, yes, Lord, send me? Are you available? Or your schedule is so overwhelmed that you don't even have time to pray? And lastly, are you teachable? Or be teachable, remain humble and open to learning, growing every day in God's truth. In other words, leaders who will learn God's truth every day. People that will be willing, even though it's our children that saying, can we do this? Can we see this? And we are able to be taught by someone that has no position. Oh, I think most of us can say, yes, Pastor, I am faithful. Most of us say, Pastor, I will make myself available. But too many of us are not teachable. I love, because I play basketball, I love my coach. One of the things you want in a player is a player that will listen. That when he do something, instead of doing his layup in the right leg and he's moving like this, you have to, no. Opposite hand, opposite feet. He has to be teachable. Because someone that is not teachable will be a stumbling block for any organization. There's certain things that we have to unlearn to be able to be effective in ministry. Oh, today let me ask you, are you fat? Oh, don't look at Pastor, look at me. No. Are you faithful? Are you available? Are you teachable? Or when they asked me that question and he explained it to me, there's a smile that came to my face. And I look at the president. I say, I don't know if I'm available, but I'm coming out of school, so I need a job. So that's for sure. Whatever you give me, I'm available for that. Or I'm faithful because I'll be honest, I didn't want to go study in theology. But here I am, so I believe I have at least a little bit of faithfulness. But one thing I can guarantee you, I am teachable. I don't care who or what. Even though I disagree with you, I'll be quiet and listen at least to see if there's wisdom into it. Oh, I think he understands where I'm coming from. Because the most important part, we have to be faithful, available, but we have to be teachable for us to learn from the Holy Spirit, from us to learn from each other, and for us to be effective in our work, not for any glory to ourselves, but to lift up the name of Christ, that everyone else will see him and will come to our church and will work with us in order for us to go outside of that church and be Christ for this community. Or as I close, I want to call you to action. I want to challenge you this week to reflect on one area of your life where you can be more faithful, available, and teachable. Ask God to give you the strength and wisdom to grow in this area and become a fat leader, a fat disciple, a fat church member, a fat elder, a fat deacon, a fat greeter, whatever, a fat musician, whatever God assigned you to do, may you be fat in it. Not for the pastor's glory, not for LNL glory, but for God's glory. Be faithful in your walk with God, in your ministry, and in your relationship. Be available to serve whenever, wherever God calls you. And above all else, be teachable. Always open to learning and growing in God's truth.